open my eyes, I feel your mercy rising like the sunrise. Every breath I take is proof of who you are. Oh Lord, I'm grateful. I'm grateful from the start. Oh, I'm grateful. I'm grateful. Lord. You've been faithful in every little part. Holding my life gently in your heart.
Folks, welcome to the Rise to Everything. Sorry I started a little bit late. Had a little bit of technical difficulties. I don't know what was going on, but I'm here. Went to church today. I want to wish everybody a blessed day. Blessings to everybody today, and hope we woke up to a beautiful day today. So let's thank God for that. And one of the things that I want to say is that I went to church today, and there was a lot of good things that happened today, and things that touched my heart when it came to the storms and things that happen in life. But I want to jump right into the topic right now today, which is consistency to everything you do. And what that means, folks, consistency, right, falls into everything that we do from a day-to-day basis. You know, one of the most challenging things to do is to be consistent, is because it's one of the things that we struggle with because we get interrupted by certain things or certain things get in our way, and it doesn't stay as consistent as it should be because there's always something that interferes with that. So how do you stay consistent with everything that you do? First, you stay with your faith. You stay with your belief. You also stay the course. You stay positive minded. And at the same time, the most important thing is to review from the day before how things you handled your life. And and a great example on a day to day is it's like brushing your teeth. You have to brush your teeth every day. You have to get dressed to go to work. 5 days a week? But you have a consistent, rhythm, right? Or steps that you take every morning to go to your car, get out of your car, and then go to work. So why consistency is so important in life? Well, consistency is important in a lot of things, even from a spiritual standpoint. I believe that consistency is important when it comes to praying. You have to pray every day, be consistent with that. And you also have to have your faith and be consistent with your faith as well. So one of the things I can say right now at this point is that this is one of the things that we lack as human beings, is to continue with the faith and to continue to believe and that things are going to work themselves out. On a day-to-day basis, we seem to concentrate on the things that are not being consistent, on things that not going a certain way. And we seem to pray to God and pray to Jesus, when we need his help. But when things are good, that's when we lose focus of staying consistent and praying to him. It's almost like praying for something, you get something and say, well, thank you very much, and I'll talk to you later. That's not the way the faith works. That's not how the belief works spiritually. Because Jesus actually is faithful to us. He stays faithful to us, no matter if we're good or bad. Things we're not doing well, he still stays with us. If we're doing good or bad, he still stays with us. Because he believes in all of us. And he also has a love that is unconditional. So consistency to everything you do starts with you. You have to be able to be consistent in praying. You have to be consistent in believing. And you also got to be consistent in your faith. You see, I went to church today, and our pastor Gonzalo said, that some of us in our lives, we're going through some storms and going through certain things in our lives. And we seem to lose focus in talking to Jesus in cases like that, or talking to your partner in cases like that, or talking to each other in cases like that. You see, Jesus knows every time you're going through something. And he also knows that it's up to you to be able to take the initiative to talk, believe, and have the loyalty in your relationship. See, none of the relationships, marriages, relationships are perfect. But it takes a lot of work for you to put into it and believe in it. He talked today about some storms, about the storms that people go through, and storms that, that goes in a relationship. Those are the times that you're being tested to see if you're going to be able to rise to the occasion when it comes to the time that needs to be. See, a relationship is a journey, right? And the way the journey has to be navigated by both couples to believe in that journey. Both of you have to be able to be on the same cruise, the same journey, same lane. One of the things that I think is so important, and which people take for granted, is that it's important for one person to have faith, but it's also even more important for two people to have the faith together, holding hands together, believing in the process, believing that Jesus has got everything under control. Let him take the wheel, like I've always said. So 2026, what I would challenge everybody that's listening today is to build some consistency. Build some consistency that will make things better in your life. Build some consistency of helping others. Build some consistency in loving each other. The world is crazy right now. All the stuff that's going on with the immigration. People getting killed. People hating each other. Talking about each other. Not believing in each other. Fighting with each other. So what's your responsibility? For you to stay consistent of doing the right thing. You can't control the outside. You can't control the politics. You can't control people fighting or going to other craziness. You don't have control of that. But the one thing that you do have control of is your consistency. It's up to you to keep that consistency to everything that you do. When it comes to your family, spending time with your family, taking the time to pick up the phone and call somebody and say, how you doing? I love you. Consistency of taking care of each other, looking out for your loved ones. That type of consistency is important when it comes to everything. One of the things that we lack in this world is that we're so busy in our lives with work and everything else, and we seem to lose the value of time. And this time is not something that we have forever. The only time that we have here is whatever is allowed by Jesus and God here. Nothing's guaranteed. You could be here today and tomorrow you won't. That's why it's so important to thank God that you're here for another day when you wake up in the morning and not take that for granted. You see, we're in this earth on a borrowed time that is being borrowed. So in time, when our time comes to go to heaven and be in paradise, it's our job to work on ourselves to be able to head to paradise, to be able to understand that you still have a responsibility to do the right thing, to be honest, to be loyal, and to take care of other people that need your help, and to care for everybody. Don't let the outside world, what's going on with the war and the indifferences, define you. You're going to be able to take who you are based on your actions. You see, it's important to to look at things every day in a day-to-day that you wake up and go, man, I can get up to work, get in my car, go to work. And that's a miracle in its own. We talked about that last week about miracles. Waking up is a miracle. Being able to walk is a miracle. Talk. Be able to express yourself, deliver messages to the world is a miracle. And we shouldn't take that for granted. But one of the things that I challenge everybody for 2026 is to try to be consistent. Whatever you do, exercise, eating healthy, communicate better with your partner. Just be a better person. Be consistent. You see, the thing about it is we have a bad habit of doing things for a little bit and then we stop. And that goes for me too. But one of the things that is important to do is to understand that you have to stay focused. You have to be consistent. And I wanted to bring it up today because 2026, that was one of the things that I'm working at. And I think that it would help other couples and other people that are trying to better their lives health-wise, exercise-wise. And we all know it starts with that, right? The commitment, believing in the process, right? Reaching out to your family, staying in touch. Communication both ways, not one way, but not the other. All that stuff is important. So we talked today about this. And I hope that you guys will take the time to work on that, on your consistency, because it's extremely important to understand the value. I always say, people, hope, peace, happiness, and love is one of the topics that I love talking about all the time too. Hope, peace, happiness, and love is something that we have to work on a day-to-day basis, believe in it. We also have to trust the process, right? To be consistent with the process. Everything links together when you're trusting the process. Every day you wake up, say, thank you, Jesus, for another day. Thank you for giving me all the blessings. Consistency, right? On a day-to-day basis. Another thing to be consistent with is how to recognize your blessings and be thankful for what you have. That's consistency, right? Those are things that are important. And the other thing to be consistent about is that happiness is a choice, right? That has to be consistent. You choose to be happy. That's up to you to be happy, and it's your job to continue to believe that everything is going to be okay in a positive way. And I'm going to go ahead and talk, before I wrap up here, I want to talk about also faith. Faith is something that we also have to be consistent with. We talked about in the beginning from what I talked about. But folks, if there's anything you could take out of today's podcast, please keep your faith. Keep believing in Jesus and God, that He will take the wheel. He will get things to work for you. He believes in you, and He'll never, ever leave you. You're not by yourself. Even on the darkest hours, when you're getting depressed and you have the anxiety, He's there for you. Talk to Him. Go outside. I keep on preaching to the choir about this, but you have to be able to speak, to be able to believe that Jesus knows what's going on more than you think, and He's listening, and you have to believe in the process, right? So I'm going to jump into politics now, and thank you for listening to that one topic. Politics. We all know what's going on with the immigration. They're pulling children off the street. Their ICE is out of control in Minnesota. Things are getting out of control. People, take the time just to pray for everybody, because everybody's out there, our brothers and sisters. They're human beings. But the world is getting out of control with the war and everything else that's going on. And ISIS is out of control. So What we can do is just pray that Jesus finds a way to put a stop to this and to protect everybody that needs to be protected. Okay? So let's do that as well and pray for the people that need us. As you see today, I'm not really playing a lot of music in the background because I wanted to really take this segment on a serious note. Not that the other ones are not, but I wanted to make sure everybody heard me clearly. Today in sports, we got the Miami Heat. They lost yesterday to the Bulls at home. They seem to have a problem in the third quarter constantly, fourth quarter, and they keep messing up. So hopefully they play tonight at 6 o'clock. My mom is a big fan, so Mom, pray for them. I know usually sometimes you pray for them, they win. So hopefully they will pull something today and they'll get the act together. There's a lot of trade rumors going on too. Giannis going to come to the Heat is going back and forth, and Tyler Hero might get traded. Nobody knows anything until the time comes. So right now this line is just a bunch of rumors. The Dolphins are starting to stack up their coaching team. They already got an offensive coach. They got a defensive coach. They're working on another quarterback coach. So they're getting ready to get things going. I don't think Tua is going to be no longer with the Dolphins. That's what it looks like right now. But by next week, I'll probably get a little bit more of an update, and we'll see how things turn out to be. For those of you who are listening, please subscribe to YouTube or Facebook, Rise to Everything. Please subscribe, okay? That way I can keep myself going here. And also, I'm going to jump into the sponsors. One of our sponsors today is Leak Busters Roofing. If you need any roofing needs, feel free to dial 561-324-1496. Leak Busters Roofing, 561-324-1496. They will take care of your roof all over the state of Florida. They're family owned, and they're very good people, and the team is awesome. So if you need something, feel free to give them a call, and they do work the whole entire state of Florida. Okay? So now we're going to jump into our 2 E words of the day to finish things off. We said that today's topic was consistency, right? And I'm going to tell you something. Consistency is repetition. So the word today, but consistent, I'm going to put it together as repetition. Continue repeating the same action that you do on a day-to-day basis. That's how you build your consistency. Repetition, repetition, repetition. Folks, you have to believe in the process. You have to be consistent in your relationship. Believe me, I know, because I am not consistent with my relationship, but I do understand that it takes work. And I'm telling you right now that both of you out there have to do the same thing. You have to be consistent with your relationship. You have to be consistent of having the faith with God, having the faith that Jesus got your will. He's got you. And he'll never abandon you. You're not by yourself. Your anxiety and your depression happens based on your mind. Your mind is what makes you think these things, the bad things that are happening, not having a strength, how to control it, and all that. I've done a 360 because I have suffered from anxiety and depression, and I'll tell you that I've gotten better because of the simple fact that I'm taking control of my mind. And by controlling my mind is, if you have to empty out everything that's in your mind and empty it all out, it's called reset. You take everything out of your mind, throw it out, and you start thinking all over again. And you start with positive thoughts. You think about positive things that you want to do, the things that you want to accomplish. Has helped me. You have to take medication, that's fine. But I don't think the meds are all that's going to help you get to the level that you need to be. You want to get rid of them? Like I said, I've heard this from all the people. I've read a lot of books, and I've listened to a lot of people. The anxiety is controlled by what your mind is thinking at the moment. And who owns the mind? You do. So your job is to take everything that's out of your brain that you're thinking bad, that's stressing you out, that is so wrong at this point. Take it all out, throw it out, reset your mind, and start thinking about positive things to come. Positive things that you want to do. Positive things that you want to accomplish. That's how you beat anxiety. That's how you beat depression. You see, it starts with you. Nobody else could control your mind but yourself. And I've learned a lot from that. I really have. And one of the things that I can tell you right now, that from my personal experience, it works. It's going to build strength. When you take over your brain and you take over everything that you have, going back to consistency, your brain is the same way. You got to be consistently in charge of your brain, in control of your brain, to be able to navigate and regain the strength that you had before, and going back to the person that you were before. You have to believe in it. Whatever it takes, spiritually, exercise, staying busy. Don't let the distractions take you to the lowest level that you need to be at. Because that's what causes depression and anxiety, is problems. And most of the times the problems that causes that is not even your own problems, it's other problems from families, friends, you name it. And then what happens, you feed from that, which builds anxiety and depression. Unnecessary negative energy that you can control yourself simply by, like I said, erase the board of those thinkings you have and reset back and say, I woke up this morning. It's a beautiful day. I'm okay. I'm breathing. I want to watch some sports. I want to watch a good movie. I want to do this positive. I want to play with the kids. Or I want to do this with my wife. Or I want to do this. You'll start reducing your anxiety. You'll start reducing your depression. So those are part of the R2E words of the day that take control of your brain. Take control of your mind. Repetition. Be consistent with it. Don't choose like, I'm going to be okay today, but then tomorrow I'm not going to take control of it. It's up to you to do that. All right? So, like I said before, folks, one of the most important things in life is to be consistent and believe in the process. So, as always, thank you. Have a blessed day. And remember, rise to everything you do. Elevate your game.